Tune into the Green and Growing program on Eagle Community Television with Holly Dickman, Ellis County Horticulture Agent. Holly will identify common lawn and garden issues and provide up-to-date information weekdays at noon and 9 p.m. on Channel 14. Green and Growing. Brought to you by Eagle Community Television and Riedel's Garden Center, a full-service garden center west of Hayes on Highway 40 next to the Bickles-Schmidt Sports Complex.
There are few things in the landscape that give you more color during the summer months than annual flowers. And we are standing by the Prairie Star annual flower trial beds here at the Ag Research Center in Hayes. And these are flower beds that have flowers in them that are being tested across the state to show plants that do well in our prairie conditions. So we know what the weather's like here in Kansas. It's windy, it's hot at times, a lot of times not very much rain. These plants are being tested with all of those elements throughout the state. If they survive and do well and really prolifically flower, then they make the list called the Prairie Star Annuals. And this is a test that the K-State Research and Extension has been promoting, I guess, this type of flower for many years. The early 90s is when these trials started. And so there are literally hundreds of flowers that have made the list over the years. Anyone is welcome to come and view these flowers to see. And what I always like to tell people is, yeah, there are lots of flowers that look beautiful, but you might want to pay attention to the ones that actually don't look so good. That way you know to avoid those when you're shopping for your flowers in the next year or two. If the flowers are looking good, that's a good sign. That means that they will do well here. When they plant these flowers, they use what's called lazy gardener care. And so they put them in the ground, they water them just as needed. They might give them a little bit of fertilizer, but otherwise that's it. They don't really pay attention to them too much. They really are out in the elements. As you can see, these flower bed trials are not mulched, so it gets pretty hot around them in the summer months, but still the ones that do well are really tough and adapted to our area here. Now, I said they're adapted to all areas of Kansas, and they do run the trial tests throughout the state, including areas even further west than Hayes. Colby has a really nice demonstration slot, and actually those flowers a lot of times will look nicer than even ours here in Hayes, simply because the nighttime temperatures are so much cooler. Flowers need cooler night temperatures to get those sugars accumulated in the petals, which is what makes the colors so bright. And so we were always told by our flower specialists that we have nicer flowers in western Kansas than they have in Kansas City and Wichita and other points east. So if you have questions about growing annual flowers, there is a field trial day coming up, or a trial field day coming up on the August 25th, and it's open to the public here at the Ag Research Center. It begins at 5:30 with registration. I personally will be here to talk about the Prairie Star annual flowers, and then the City of Hayes will also be present to talk about their buffalo grass trials. And that program should last about 2 hours, and it will be outdoors. So like I said, it's welcome to anyone to attend, and we encourage people to come out and join us. If you have annual flowers in the garden and things are starting to look a little bit sad at this time of year, that happens with the heat and the wind. And one of the tricks to keeping your annuals going throughout the summer is to give them light applications of nitrogen throughout the summer months. Also irrigate on a regular basis. Thankfully, we've had some rain this year, so things are looking okay, but you want to go ahead and make sure you continue that nitrogen fertilization, and you can have beautiful flowers blooming throughout the summer months and until fall, or until we have that first frost. If you have questions about growing flowers or any other types of landscape plants, please contact your local extension office for more information. Reporting for K-State Research and Extension, Eagle TV, I'm Holly Dickman, Ellis County Horticulture Extension Agent.
Tune into the Green and Growing program on Eagle Community Television with Holly Dickman, Ellis County Horticulture Agent. Holly will identify common lawn and garden issues and provide up-to-date information weekdays at noon and 9 p.m. on Channel 14. Green and Growing. Brought to you by Eagle Community Television and Riedel's Garden Center, a full-service garden center west of Hayes on Highway 40 next to the Bickles-Schmidt Sports Complex.